Did you see that? It was a fish. Hey Pisces, welcome to Hangin with Pisces, Astro-Tarot, May 2020, street level spirituality coming at you with a new reading, a new fresh stream, gonna be blah blah blah, all that stuff. Anyway, always last. Pisces always last. Last sign of all 12. You are the last for me this month. I like to mix it up, but I kind of lose track if I put you guys out of order. Anyway, interesting times, huh guys? And as Pisces, I know you're feeling the truth of what's going on behind all this more than someone else. Hopefully you're being honest with yourself through this process. It's a street level spirituality coming at you with the message that... What's the message? The message is that our minds are powerful syndicators and broadcasters. If we get wrapped up in the hype and we're promoting fear and anger, then that's what we become, and that's what our environment becomes. We have to address the facts that there are challenges out there, but also a lot of it's hype. So be good to yourself. Hope you guys are doing good. A lot of wackiness out there. Let's see, what we're going to do today is we're going to do our regular Hangin' With series, which is... We're going to be doing some astro weather. Check out where the planets are. We're going to be doing the musical shuffle, where we play a song, and check that out while we shuffle for a minute. And then we're going to get into your personal tarot reading for the month of May 2020. There's a lot going on. Not a lot going on in Pisces. You guys are just kind of floating out there. What else do you do? And I know Pisces because guess what? I have a Pisces full moon. I was born on a Pisces full moon, which I believe is what gives me a little bit of a psychic insight. Fortunately, I'm a Virgo, so I can balance that out a little bit. But yeah, it gets a little wacky over here sometimes. How is it being a Pisces? All the time. All Pisces all the time. It's a lot. It's a lot of water. A lot of stuff like that. Let's get into the astro weather for the month. I just shut it down. I've got two computers. I'm using the wrong mouse. Let's get this kicked in. Astro weather for the month, May 1. We have some activation in the area of this Uranus and Taurus transit, which is banging up our entire lives. Uranus and Taurus went in March 2018. If you remember, that's when we had some really interesting action in Hawaii with the volcanoes. Last time Uranus was in Taurus was 1934 to 1942. You may remember the time with its greatest hits like the Great Depression, World War II, the Dust Bowl, and other exciting hits. So this is a time of big transformation. We're seeing that with the virus. Uranus is sudden and revolutionary change. Taurus is all things material, the earth, money, beauty, all that stuff. So sudden changes in all areas of material goods. Money, earth changes, that kind of stuff. So anyway, good thing to be aware of. I just think we had a couple, we just had a small quake in LA the other day. The day before that, we had one in Central California. I'm looking for the big one, guys. I really am. I'm not joking with you. Sometime between 2018 and 26, it's going to happen in LA. I really believe it. I ain't going to sugarcoat it. I ain't going to bullshit you. I ain't a fearmonger, but just be aware of what's going on around you. Cities suck, dude. Cities are yeah. Be careful. Be careful what you're around. Anyway, enough of my fear-mongering. May 1st, we have Mercury conjunct this aspect of Uranus and Taurus. So there's going to be a lot more communication about these changes in the earth, right? So financial, virus, all this stuff. So there's going to be more communication about how these revolutions are happening in the earth, what we can do about it. You might see some new revolutionary technology come through. Who knows what happens there. May 4th, Star Wars Day. May the 4th be with you. We have Sun conjunct Mercury in Taurus. And that simply means that on Star Wars Day this year, the ships are grounded with the sun illuminating Mercury in Taurus. The way we communicate and think is more beautiful, articulate, and grounded. So basically what this means is that it's a great day to contact a loved one, a friend, business partner, anyone who's needed some attention in your life. You can resolve things nicely in a very practical way, very grounded. Best day to come up with, to connect with people or come to some solution with something. May 7th, we have the full moon in Scorpio. And this is an interesting one because this is where we have an opportunity to recognize areas of our life where we have not been able to really meet our needs, or that we may have a deeper need that needs to be met. And we're finding ways to fulfill that that are respectful, honor other people, and honor ourselves. You're going to feel something's missing. Great opportunity to be creative and think about what can I do to fulfill these needs. If it's sexual, find a consenting partner. If it's exercise, and you want a partner, look around and ask around and communicate about, an exercise partner, someone you can go jogging with or stretch or do yoga with. There's all sorts of needs that we have, and it's important to address them because we're spirits and we're also animals, and we need to balance that shit out. Nothing's wrong. It's just what we are, and just be beautiful who you are. May 11th, we have Saturn retrograde in Aquarius, backing up into Capricorn until September 29th. And that's going to be going on all summer. It's the first of 3 retrogrades. And this area is stimulating our friendships and our need to evaluate our friendships and see which friendships are working for us and which friendships are not. And our general view of friendships, how we address friendships, how we look at friendships, what we expect out of our friendships, and who we invite into our lives. It's all up for grabs, all to be worked out. Basically, find people that share similar values. If you don't, it's never going to work. And weed the garden with a smile, never with cruelty or harm. If you have a toxic friendship, get them out of the way. Saturn in here is going to make you think about the future and what you need to do to plan for better goodness in your life. May 13th, 2 days later, we've got planet Venus entering Gemini, which would be usually great for anyone Gemini or anyone with aspected Gemini. But the same day, Venus goes retrograde in the sign of Gemini until June 25th. Venus retrograde is a time where we are attracted to things we wouldn't usually be attracted to, and people who wouldn't usually be attracted to us are attracted to us. Again, when the sign goes direct, you may not feel the same way. So you may find some new interesting partner. You're like, oh my God, I never knew I was into like belly dancing and, whatever, I don't know, rockets, I don't know. And you find this person super interesting, so you're super excited by them. And then as soon as Venus goes direct on June 25th, you're like, wait, who are you? You're like, I'm not into belly dancing. Like, ugh. So in the sign of Gemini, it can get kind of weird. You got the twins. You're looking at like third-party situations, 3-ways, all sorts of wacky stuff. Great time to have a lot of fun. Really bad time to make commitments. Really great time to fuck things up with existing commitments. So be mindful on your journey. Just keep in mind that whatever you're attracted to during this time period, you probably won't be attracted to when it's done on June 25th. Anything that you've initiated before this time period, stay strong with it, stay rooted with it. Don't fuck anything up that you can't live with later. Same day, May 13th, Mars enters the sign of Pisces. Mars is the go-getter. It's the fire sign. It wants to move forward. It wants to make action happen. But in the sign of Pisces, it's kind of not really feeling it. It's not a very active position for Mars. Mars is kind of like, why am I here? What am I doing here? And who are these people? These strange Pisces people. But for you, Pisces, this is going to be good in the sense that you're going to have the energy of Mars, of forward direction in your sign. So great time for you to move forward. Great time for you to take some action and have some fun. I don't know, man. Like I said, I got a Pisces full moon. I don't even get it. I don't know. How do you get it? How do you even get yourself? Crazy. Hey, Scorpion Queen. Hey, thanks for stopping by. Do you happen to be a Pisces or have Pisces aspected in your chart? I'm assuming you are a Scorpio with a name like Scorpion Queen. Maybe, maybe not. We're just going over the general astro weather for the month of May. So please feel free to hang out. This is for everyone. And then at the end, I'll do a tarot reading specifically for Pisces. I am very happy to do your birth charts. What I'm doing right now is I'm just doing Pisces for the month of May. And then if you'd like, I'm happy to get on. I'll be done in about 15 minutes here. And I'll be happy to do your birth chart for you. And if you want to hang around or just press follow. And the next time I'm on, I'm happy to do a reading just for you. We can go over your birth chart. We can go over aspects. We can do tarot readings. I love this shit, man. Let's do it. So anyway, Scorpion Queen, thanks for joining us. I'm going to finish up the general astro weather for the month. We'll do a quick tarot reading. Like I said, if you want to hang out, I got you. If you want, you can send me, if you want to send it to me privately, if you go to streetlevel.net, at street-level.net, and you can contact me through the contact form there and send me your birth information ahead of time, and I can prepare a chart for you ahead of time. I'm happy to send it to you free of charge. So if you want to go ahead and do that, or you can email me at streetlevelspirituality@gmail.com and send me your birth information, and I'll email you your birth chart soon enough. All right, cool. So anyway, back to... let's see, May 13th, we had Mars enter Pisces. And then we have May 14th, we're going to have the day after that, we have another retrograde, a third retrograde, which is Jupiter retrograde in Capricorn. This is hitting people in the area of work. Jupiter is bound to expose you this summer. If you haven't checked yourself at work in a while, take your time to evaluate every situation with a magnifying glass and take some personal time to reflect on areas you can grow professionally. So that goes for everyone. Jupiter can really get the energy charged up. It can really make you feel like there's something interesting and exciting. Oh, cool. Yeah, that sounds great. Okay, Jupiter is expansive, right? So Jupiter really makes you feel overly confident and excited about moving forward. And it's great because it really does bring these new opportunities for us. But when it goes retrograde, it can kind of trick you, right? So it kind of coaxes out behavior that's been in the shadows. And in this area of work, you know, the difficulty this summer, this is the general, just for the month of May, starting May 1. So this was just kind of showing how the month's starting out and where the planets are and stuff like that, as I'm talking about the aspects for the month. Anyway, so overconfidence is a major mistake in this area of work over the summer. Take some time to reflect on, how we're conducting ourselves at work, what our intentions are. Don't get overly confident and cocky. Bad time for it. May 20th, we have the sun entering the sign of Gemini. Happy birthday to all Geminis out there. It's just a general time of more excitement. It's more fun-loving, and people are more ready to get out and explore the world in their minds and create new opportunities and adventures. And then on 2 days later, May 22nd, we have the new moon in Gemini. It's just time to kind of slow things down and give the norm the breaks. Do something new and stimulating. Pick up a book, pick up a new hobby, something off the beaten path. At the end of the month, we've got May 28th, we have Mercury entering Cancer. And simply the way that we communicate or think is going to be more driven by our emotions, and that we're going to be more sensitive to each other's needs. So great time to talk about things of the heart. That is the astro weather for May 2020 for Pisces. Thank you for joining me. And what we're going to do now is the musical shuffle. The musical shuffle is where I take a song, I make music, and I play it while I shuffle the cards for 60 seconds. And so I'll go here and I'll press turn on the musical shuffle. Let's listen to this song. This is called The Boss.
Don't give a fuck. Nah, man, I don't think about you all that much. I turned it off. I'm the boss. I make the choices. This is my life. I just gave up. Don't give a fuck. Nah, man, I don't think about you all that much. I turned it off. I'm the boss. I make the choices. This is my life.
All right, that was the musical shuffle. Pretty exciting, right? Anyway, that's called The Boss. It's a song I made about people who are bugging on me. How you have the right and the opportunity to say no to anyone. Yep. Don't let the mind take over too much, right? Anyone too mental out there? Gotta stop thinking, start living. Because all we really have is experience. Alright, so this is a general tarot reading for Pisces. Anyone viewing, if you guys would like a reading, please follow or email me at streetlevelspirituality@gmail.com and I will contact you. You can send me your birth information, do a chart for you. I hook you up just because I like it. Oh, thank you very much. I appreciate it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. If you like my music, it's SoundCloud. There's a link below. And I did just actually put a 12-song album together called Our Invisible Guest. It is available on street-level.net. Name your price. You can have it for free, whatever you want. Go download it. Enjoy. So much of society is about taking these days. You know, I figure, you know, if I have the opportunity to give something, you know, readings, music, whatever, let's do it, man, right? It's God's gift. Beautiful thing. Turn this around. It's like this whole world and monetize everything. Now, obviously, money helps because I got to sustain myself. But you know, I got a little house. Everything's good. I know how to eat my food. Okay, so this is interesting. Pisces. You got the Page of Cups, and this is about as Pisces as it gets, right? You got this little fish popping out of the cup, and he's like, "Hello, I've got a new idea. I've got a new inspiration. What is this about? Let's see what's influencing this new idea and inspiration that's going to put you on this new journey." And it's the whole idea of a new journey or a homecoming. So something you've accomplished, something's kind of come together. Let's look in the spiritual realms. This is your angelic message. This is your message from the spiritual realms that is going to help guide you in the right direction. As your recent past is you're overcoming some sort of struggles with others. On your subconscious realms, what's motivating all of this on a subconscious realm is the Seven of Cups. So you're coming out of some sort of like fantasy world. You're wanting to come out of some kind of fantasy world. But good luck, you're a Pisces, right? I got a Pisces in my moon, I understand. Upcoming, you got more pages here. Look, you got the Page of Pentacles. So that means the resources for this new idea will come to fruition in some manner. The Hanged Man upside down, or better known as Man. That's my joke. Upright Man. Man posing in a funny way. You're coming out of your attitude in this situation is that you're ready to come out of a long period of reflection. Your environment, what's actually happening around you is that you're deeply in touch with the spiritual realms. The spiritual realms are kind of almost even reaching out to you and wanting you to really respond to something. Your greatest hopes and greatest fears in this situation is that you'll be able to have that family connection, that meaningful connection, be a part of all this. Now, your outcome is the Two of Pentacles, and that is seeking balance or trying to find balance within all this stuff. Often when we're dealing with things in the spiritual realms, it can be really challenging to anchor that into this material reality. So we're trying to bring heaven to earth. Being a Pisces, you're obviously very in tune with the spiritual realms. So your issue is not necessarily getting in touch with the spiritual realms. It's how do you anchor that into this material realm. So let's dig a little bit further into this reading here. Let me turn off my astro weather for the day. And let's see what's going on here. So we got the Page of Cups. This is the primary aspect of your reading. Let's go to our zoomed in tarot view. Trying to keep things interesting here. Page of Cups. This is the nature of your reading. The Page of Cups is somebody who is new. He's not a knight, right? He's not a king. This is somebody who's like, oh, what's this? And so this is some kind of message. There's some new creative beginnings. There's some sort of new kind of synchronicity. So you've really tuned into something. You know, this is the water. This is the natural flows of life. You've really tuned into something. It's really exciting for you. So it's some kind of new idea, some sort of new message. It's a creative beginning. You're excited about starting something new. Now, where this is coming from, or what part of this life this has to do with, or what's influencing this, can be seen in the Six of Wands. And the Six of Wands is some sort of public recognition. You've taken something and something's been acknowledged. There's something that you've done that got attention. There's something that you've done that is helping you with your self-confidence and giving you an indication that whatever you're doing is appropriate for your work in the public. So there's something that you've done, there's something that you've achieved, there's something that you've seen, or there's some new opportunity that is showing you an opportunity to take your spiritual views and your spiritual work and bring that out into the world. So your message from the spiritual realms or from the angels in how to approach the situation or what you need to do to move forward in this situation is perseverance. You know, this is somebody who's like, you know what? I've been facing a lot of obstacles and challenges, and I'm ready to move forward, and I'm ready to, I know that what I've done, this is the path now. You know, I've been acknowledged publicly. You know, people are seeing that my value, you know, now I'm going to just keep going. That's your message. Just keep going from the angels here. Now, in the recent past here is your, these are kind of like struggles with other people when it's in the upright position. Five of Pentacles in the reverse is avoiding conflict. You know, I think you're kind of just got over it. You're like, you know what? You were probably focusing too much on the outer experiences and outer circumstances of your life and decided like, hey, that's not for me. Went inward, found something of value, got acknowledged for it. Spirit saying, you know what? Keep moving forward. This is the right path for you. Seven of Cups, a lot of cups. Well, I guess a lot of ones here too. Sorry, a lot of ones here. The Seven of Cups in reverse is in your subconscious realm. So it's just kind of like your subconscious motivation. It's like, what are you really, really motivated by here? What do you really, really need? And the Seven of Cups in reverse is you really, there's some sort of motivation here or temptation. And I think it's really important that there's a mindfulness about how you're moving forward and that you're avoiding being motivated by something that in the long run isn't necessarily going to really bring the fruition or the kinds of results that you would prefer. So spiritualize what you're doing. Make sure that it's motivated and coming from a place of goodness and the greater good, or you might end up spawning a dragon, so to say. Be careful what you intend, because whatever you intend and what you create, you have to live with, is really the message there. So subconsciously, just kind of learning to bring a little bit of light to that type of stuff. And as much as I like this song, it's kind of heavy. So let's get into something more chill. Anyway, so Page of Pentacles, this is your near future. Again, this means that there's some new resources. It may be humble, it may not be a lot, but the resources that you need to start moving forward here and to persevere, you're going to have what you need. It might be meager, it may not be a lot, but what you need is going to be brought to you. Your attitude in the situation about moving forward here is the Hanged Man in reverse, and the Hanged Man upside down is somebody who's just chilling. He is not really ready to move forward. He's just it's kind of like life in suspension, so to say. So the Hanged Man in reverse is that there's some sort of delay, indecision, or martyrdom around this situation. And I think that this comes from your past struggles with other people. And you really need to stay focused on what this thing is that you did that connected with other people that the angel world is telling you to stay persistent about. So don't get in and don't start tripping about, like, oh, this happened to me or that happened to me, or I can do it or I can't do it. Don't get lost in the waters. And especially because in your environment, you have the High Priestess, and that's, very highly, you're being very spiritually guided in your environment, not just in your mind and your intuition, but you're in your environment around you. You're being nurtured to fruition. You have the pomegranates here, see? It's like the uterus, right? You have an intention, which is masculine. It goes into the uterus. and that intention grows. So you're being grown, you're being nurtured from the spiritual realms to move forward. Your greatest hopes and fears is the sense of fulfillment, the sense of family, the sense of connection. You know, this is the ultimate card of abundance, right? So it's, you know, do I trust this process? You know, this is really what it's boiling down to, is do I trust this process? Do I trust that if I find a voice and a way to connect with the outer world, that's really going to bring, you know, the richness and fulfillment that I'm looking for? And the answer is yes. If you're coming from a meaningful and heart-centered place, then it's something that's always going to be helpful for you. Hello, home of the heart? I can't read. It's too small. Anyway, thanks for joining us. Thanks for stopping by. There's something that happens at a certain age. You just can't read certain, you know, I think it's like 6-point type from 10 feet away, you know, anymore. But anyway, thanks for joining us. This is a general tarot reading for Pisces, May 2020. I'll be done here soon if anybody wants some readings. So anyway, so this is just a general concern that, you know, it's an issue of trust. Will this be? Yes, of course it'll be. Now, the outcome card here is the Two of Pentacles in reverse. The Two of Pentacles upright is saying, wow, I got to really learn how to balance my material resources and all the polar resources in my life, whether it's mental, emotional, spiritual, whatever it might be. So when you learn to balance those things, this is good. Now, in regards to it being in the reverse situation, the Two of Pentacles in reverse is kind of a little bit of disarray in managing your resources. So that's the spiritual lesson here, is just be really careful about how you're balancing the polarities. You know, polarities are inherent in every aspect of life. You know, creativity is not art. Creativity is life. Everything is initiatory and creative, and the feminine incubates and grows something to being. So you have to keep those in balance at all times. It's not so much what you do, it's how you do it or how much you do it. It's balance, right? We never want to get rid of things or exclude things from our lives, because it's the palette of life, it's the beauty of life, right? It's all the colors of life. And you never, you know, maybe you don't like that baby shit brown color, man, but you know, 10 years from now that's going to be in style and you're going to need that color. You don't want to throw it out. So we don't want to be naysayers, we don't want to be negative, we don't want to be you know, that's bad and that's good all the time. You never know when you might need it. Keep it in your palette, keep it balanced, be good to yourselves. Pisces in general, you've got some really, really good stuff here. You've got all sorts of spiritual guidance. There's no reason to be worried or concerned about moving forward. Have trust that whatever this thing is that you've done to connect with others is going to bring you all the way home. And, you know, just really stay mindful about being persistent. This is your message from the angels, and balancing your resources on the way, and you'll be good to go. So anyway, I really appreciate you guys stopping by. I'll be back on in a second. I'm just going to wrap up this Pisces Astro-Tarot May 2020. Please stop by. I got a new site, streetlevel.net. You can get charts, blah, 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 music. Please follow, subscribe, like. I got Facebook, all that crap. I can't even get into it. It freaks me out. Much love, guys. Have a good May 2020, and I'll see you soon.